Unlimited fans, welcome to today's video where we're taking a dive into Kylo LOF Data Vault and jumping to Carabas to see how well we do with him in a best 2 out of 3. Well folks, Kylo is one of those leaders I have really enjoyed from LOF. Now, I only have played Kylo LOF Tarkentown or Kylo LOF Red. I've never actually done the Data Vault version of him. And I think the Data Vault version is the more preferred version over a red package or Target Town or anything like that, but I think both have their place within being a good version for Kylo Ren. It just matters on your play style and your preference of play a lot of times of whichever base you like the better or whatever package you like better. You like the red package or a green package. Another thing about this Kylo LOF Data Vault, this is the 4th place deck from the Fort Wayne PQ in Indiana. That PQ was won by Piett Red. But the 2nd place deck was actually the CAD Blue deck from the live stream I did over at Family Times PQ in the LOF meta, where I actually competed with Poe Data Vault. Yeah, Poe Data Vault. I can't actually remember what I competed in that event. I think it's Poe Data Vault or Poe something. But nonetheless, that CAD Blue player had already won that, already had won the PQ over at Family Time, so they conceded out the game to the Piett Red player, allowing Piett Red to win the event and get their invite to the Galactic Championship. So congratulations to, of course, all top 8 of the decks that went over there to Fort Wayne. Again, this being the 4th place deck. So, without further ado, let's check out Kylo, the deck, and jump to Carabas. Kylo Red on his front side states, action discard any card from your hand. If you discard upgrade this way, draw 1 card. Typically, you want to be discarding your upgrade specifically. 1, because of Kylo's backside effect, and 2, because you want to be able to dig through your deck because we are running a 60-card deck thanks to Data Vault. Anyways, then Kylo on his backside states, when deployed, has Sentinel on his backside, he's a 5/5, deploys for 7. When deployed, you may play your upgrades from your discard pile, 1 each, paying their cost. So if you have, you'll flip for 7, you'll have 7 energy, so you could then play up to 7 power worth of upgrades from your guy under Kylo Ren when he flips. So your whole gimmick is that you're going to pitch a bunch of your upgrades to allow you to draw, to cycle through your deck, and then when you flip, you're going to put a bunch of them under Kylo Ren, and then you're going to be able to have Kylo Ren be this big Sentinel blocker with some good effects under him with the upgrades that we have. So that's the gimmick of your deck. You're pitching upgrades to draw cards to cycle through your deck, and then flipping for a big turn, equipping a bunch of upgrades, and then going in for a big turn with the Kylo Ren. And like I said, we are in Data Vault, so our deck is 60 cards. Do expect to see Data Vault be very meta relevant when we rotate. I see a lot of leaders playing Data Vault when we rotate, once a Lawless Time officially comes to the format. For the rest of the deck, we have triple Dr. Pershing, action, deal 1 damage to a friendly, tap him, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit, draw a card. As a reminder, you don't have to always ping it on Dr. Pershing. You could ping it to any other unit you have. Specifically, you could ping it onto a super laser tech. So you could play tech, tap Dr. Pershing, kill the tech, and immediately put the tech into your resources standing so that way you ramp. Anyway, super laser tech, triple super laser technician. When defeated, you may put this unit into your play as resource and readied it. 2 Lichen Childson with Sentinel, and you reveal up to 4 Vigilance cards from your hand. For each card revealed this way, give an experience hope with this unit. Triple Anakin Skywalker. If you have a heroic card in your discard, give a unit -3/-3. If you have a ability card in your discard, give a unit -3/-3. If you have both of your discard, you can give 1 unit -6/-6. Or if you have both of your discard, you can give 2 units -3/-3. 2 Darth Vader. When played, give a shield token to a friendly unit, and to an enemy unit. On attack, defeat an enemy unit with a shield token. We are running Timely Intervention in this deck, so a lot of times what you want to do is you want the Timely Intervention out this Darth Vader. Then you want to give a shield token to another unit on your opponent's board state, swing the Vader, and then kill the 1 unit you are running into, and then use the on-attack skill to kill the other unit you're pointing at. So, really nice little combination there. Triple Reinforced Walker. When played on attack, look top card of your deck. Either draw that card or discard it and heal 3 damage from your base. So you can either draw it or discard and heal 3. Again, we're in a 60-card strategy, so a lot of times we may be on the discard more than the draw. But if it's something we do need to draw, we can draw it. But most of the time we want to use the discard function of this walker so that we can heal damage and sustain ourselves for the long game. Then finally, for our ground units, triple Supreme Leader Snoke. All enemy non-leader units get -2/-2, including your own as well. It's each enemy. For some reason, I read that completely wrong. So this is really good to throw down your opponent. It's really great to see against certain strategies like the Vader TIE Swarm strategy, being able to knock out all their TIE fighters quickly and not being able to let them swarm the battlefield is really nice. But overall, it's a great way to sustain out the long game. Again, being in a data ball base and being in blue villainy, it means we're kind of playing for the long game. We're playing the mid-range, but we're going to be playing out into the long game, hoping that when we play a normal deck strategy, we're grinding out in the long game where our opponent might fizzle out, where we can still sustain in the long game. For our space units, we have 2 Devastator with Sentinel Overwhelm. When play, you need to deal damage to a unit equal to the number of resources you control. 2 Annihilator. When played when defeated, you may defeat an enemy unit. If you do, search its controller's deck and hand for each card with that unit's name and discard them. They shuffle their deck. So again, this is very generic. So if you just murk a Luke Skywalker on the board, your opponent has to get rid of everybody named Luke Skywalker. It's not searching for the subtitle of the Luke Skywalker, like Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. It's just looking for the name Luke Skywalker. So as a reminder, you have to kill something on the board state, and then basically after that, you can wipe the entirety of your opponent's deck and hand for those cards. So being able to just discard all of them, all the Lukes, anything that your opponent needs to win the game is very, very strong. For our events, we have 1 restock. As a reminder, never, ever resource this. You want this in your hand so that if you hit into those strategies with those vigilant strategies where they're milling you, you want to be able to use restock not to mill yourself to death. Triple Timely Intervention. You can play a unit from your hand, giving ambush phase. Remember, you pay the cost of this card and the unit you're playing. You can smuggle for 2 and green. Triple Power of the Dark Side. Our opponent just has to murk one of their guys. Triple Resupply to help with the ramping. Triple Vigilance to choose 2, discard 6 for our opponent's deck. Heal 5, defeat an enemy with 3 or less HP, and give a shield token unit. Typically, you're only running the top 3. So the discard 6, the heal 5, or the defeat 3. Typically, I've not really used the give a shield token to a unit, but you could do that as well. Typically, your most used one is going to be the discard and the heal 5. No glory in the results. Take control of a non-layer unit and defeat it. 2, a Palpatine's Return to help us get back those Lord Vaders back into rotation. But then again, we could play any unit from a discard pile costing 6 less, which is Force unit costs 8. So it is still nice to get the Vaders out, but we can play anything. We can also play our Snokes off of this as well. So you technically could pitch out a Snoke off of Kylo's effect on like your turn 6 play, and then being able to go Palpatine's Return on turn 6, and then bring out Snoke basically for free because he's a Force unit. So something to strongly consider. We have 2 Hyperspace Disasters to defeat all space units. If we are running into a space meta or we run into a deck that's very strong in space, like Piett, this is just a great way to murk their cruisers right out of the sky. And then finally, Triple Super Laser Blast, because it makes complete sense. It's just a board wipe that is good. For the upgrades, we have 2 top target with Bounty, heal 4 damage from a unit or base. If it is a unique unit, heal 6 damage instead. We typically want to attach it to a unique unit so we can kill it. As a reminder, if you do no glory on the results on the top target, the unit you hit with the top target, understand that your opponent gets the bounty. You don't get the bounty. So be mindful of that. I have had that happen to me. Actually, in a game as well, I think I recorded on this channel. Triple Entrenched, attached unit can attack the base. This is good also for just equipping it under the Kylo, even though Kylo can't attack the base. Having him as a giant sentinel that is a threat to your opponent that they have to constantly go through means that he's a lot harder to take down. So be mindful you can equip this with your own guys while it can't attack your base. The Kylo sitting there being a gigantic sentinel is still very good idea to have on the board, because then they would take your opponent some time to cut through that sentinel. Triple Heirloom Lightsaber. This is going to be our heroic target mainly for the Anakin Skywalker. You can pay to attach this to Kylo Ren as a reminder, because you'll have to pay the extra 2 for the heroic penalty, since nothing in our leader or base has heroic attached to it. So anyways, we can use this as well because attached unit is Force unit, which Kylo is. It gains Restore 1, which is pretty nice. We have 3 triple Legal Authority. When played, attached unit captures enemy non-leader unit, power less than it. 2 Condemn. As a reminder, we want to attach this to our opponent's unit, so we don't really want to pitch this out with Kylo's effect. We want to make sure that we are running this and attaching it to our opponent's stuff. So don't pitch this with Kylo's effect, because we want to attach it to our opponent's things to be much of a nuisance. So anyways, attached unit, While the attached unit is attacking, it gains on attack. The defending player may disclose vigilance and villainy. If they do, this unit gets -6 for this attack and loses all other abilities. So it's really nice that, you know, if they happen to run into the Kylo, you can reveal something to hit them, or if you attach it to their leader, you can reveal constantly just one card, because we have a lot of the blue villainy. We can constantly reveal that card and make sure our opponent's guy only constantly gets -6 and has no other abilities on the attack. And then finally, triple craving power. Attached to a friendly unit, when played, deal that damage to an enemy unit equal to the attached unit's power. Really nice to put on the Kylo and then use the Kylo, getting that power to merc something off the board state. As a reminder, you can merc leader units off with this card as well. It does not say non-leader on it. For our sideboard, one more top target, one Bazine. Look at our player's hand. Discard one of those cards. If you do, that player draws a card, you can smuggle it for 4 yellow and black. As a reminder, this will cost us 4, because we'll have to pay the penalty for the yellow as well. If you smuggle it out, it costs you 6. 2 eager escort to ambush into something in space if need to be. 1 more child sim for protection on the ground. 1 bounty hunter crew has ambush. We'll have to pay this for 8. And then when played, you may return an event for your discard pile to its owner's hand. So if you know your opponent's running like a vigilance package as well, and they're milling you out, and you want to make sure your restock can get back to your hand, putting in bounty hunter's crew to just have it in your hand to be able to grab back your restock or your vigilance or anything like that is pretty nice. 1 more Palpatine in return if we just feel like we need to be able to bring our guys out a little quicker with the Force. Our guys out a little quicker, whether it be a Force unit or another unit. 1 more Hyperspace Disaster if we actually run into more of a dominant meta in space, or we run into a matchup with more space-heavy strategies. And then finally 2 Relentless. The first event played by each opponent. Each round lose all abilities. So if we're running into a strategy that is definitely heavy on the events, like Yoda or any other decks are heavy on events, then we can bring this in to be able to force our opponent to have to burn 2 events, burn their first event, and then burn another event to potentially do anything, or have to burn 2 events just to run off the Relentless. So that is our Kylo LF Data Ball deck. Let's jump to Carabas and see if we can win a best 2 out of 3. All right, folks, here we go. Sabine ECL. That is always a common deck strategy we see. We're going to keep this hand here. This is actually really good because we have the Condemn to put on the Sabine. Let's see. We can put these 2 away since we don't need this. Dr. Persh. We're not going to use the Kylo effect because there's no point of pitching a card out that's actually kind of impactful for us. We could pitch at the top target, by the way. Again, remember, Kylo's effect is play any number of upgrades to your discard pile on this unit. So we pitch anything out, we have to put it on him. We'll put the top target away. Again, we want the Condemn when we have to deal with this. Effect, you draw a card, touch it. Oh, well, that's resupply. That's real nice. We're going to go resupply here. Well, I know we're dealing with, now we're going to get pinged with the red damage coming in. I'm fine with that. We have legal authority. Unit with less power than it. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do anything with Dr. Pershing, but we can pitch that. I'm going to put the no glory. Well, we could use the no glory this time. The super laser tech is really nice here because we could go super laser tech, kill with the Pershing. That gets us 1 step closer, but the problem is I know what he's about to do. He's going to flip Sabine here. I'd rather be able to go Condemn. We have legal authority as well. We're going to put the super laser tech away. I know that seems kind of strange, but well, it's a good thing I could just do that. Yeah, Chewbacca was nice on there, but unfortunately Chewbacca says my opponent can't kill it. I can kill it because it's my card now. Yeah, we're going to go draw a card there. Charlton's pretty nice as well. Effect to ditch that. Entrench, not bad. Again, we can easily entrench our own Kylo Ren if need be. We'll claim the initiative here. Like I said, we're going to put Condemn under Sabine. We could put that away as well. We can easily put Condemn under Sabine. And because we have a Charlton to show, we could just show Charlton. And we could just turn off Sabine. So meaning the A-Wing's the only threat in the sky we have to deal with. So that's about it. And I mean, Kylo comes out next turn. We could easily just entrench the Kylo and go legal authority to steal something with it. Mr. Poe Dameron, he's going to burn the ECL here to kill Dr. Pershing, which makes sense to me. Yeah, it kind of makes sense if you're going to do it. Okay, so he pitched 2 cards here. So he pitched a card. Let me see. So chose a target for Poe Dameron. Okay, so he pitched 2 cards out of his hand. He pitched a Confiscate and a Jar Jar Binks so that he can knock out the Condemn trigger, as well as removing. So he knocked out the Condemn trigger, and then he also knocked out the L2 damage to my base. We'll just put out the Super Laser Tech. We'll claim initiative. We're not dead here because I do have the Vigilance coming. We can put that away. We can go this into Sabine, trigger. We have Super Laser Blast here, so we can just clean the board up. He's already burned his ECL trigger, so I don't have to worry about Wrecker coming out and wrecking me. Okay, so he's just going to... He is going to pitch another unit out of hand, so he's going to pitch another Jar Jar here. So what do we want to do? We could go the Heal 5 Merc 3 here, and we'll see what his next trigger point is, because we could go Kylo Ren to get rid of Craving Power, and we could attach Legal Authority to it as well, or to Entrenched. Let's see. Well, we can't flip this turn because of Vigilance. I think honestly it's just better. Let's just get the board wiped. There's no point in doing anything else. We have the Vigilance to heal. We have the Childson we could play anything off of. Discard a card from our hand and draw. Reinforced Walker's really nice there. Just claim. Ooh, the Vader. The Vader. Unfortunately, I think right now the Vader's not going to be overly helpful because there aren't 2 units on this board state. There's only really 1, so there's not a point for us to really concern ourselves with anything. So we're going to go the Heal 5 from our base, and we're going to defeat a unit with 3 remaining HP, 3 or less HP. K2SO, huh? Guess we could put the Gadim of the K2SO. I think we're just going to claim. I don't think there's really a reason to concern myself with this. So he's just going to ping us for 1. We could put top target under that, which is pretty nice. We'll put an Entrenched away. So let's top target the K2. Let's go. Let's bring out the Walker. We're going to discard because, again, it's an upgrade. There's no point of us not just discarding it. Poe Dameron. We're going to claim the initiative here because now we'll be able to go Vader onto Poe and then melee merc them both off. We'll put a Legal Authority away. All right, so we are going to go for the effect here. We're going to choose the Vader. We're going to give a shield token. Yep. So basically, I shield token the Poe, run into the shield token the Poe, run into the K2SO. I kill them both off, and then we get our trigger. Next game. All right, we're playing Sabine. So what do we want to run into? Sabine's not going to run much of a heavy presence with this. So maybe it's worth dropping this to get the eager escorts just out. Feel like maybe we should get another ground unit with like Childson. So let's drop this. We're going to put in another Childson. And then we need to put in 1 more card. Let's put in another top target because we're just going to need to be able to heal here because of Sabine being able is an aggro strategy. So let's ready up. We're good to go. My opponent should be starting the play here 100%. It's cool to see people still on Sabine ECL, even though I think, honestly, you don't see Sabine much, like, winning events much anymore. It really feels like Sabine's being power crept out of the format. Like, not really, like, overly strong, interesting enough, but it definitely feels like Sabine's been power crept. You don't see, like, if you look at, like, top decks right now, you don't see a lot of Sabine ECL anymore. Now, again, I think if you ignore Sabine ECL, I think you're still in a world of hurt, because I think that deck can still take games without any question of the doubt. Still very much lethal. All right, well, it's got some inactivity now, so we may just be winning this default, which sucks, which would suck, because then we wouldn't be able to finish it out. All right, they lucky enough they decided to move forward. This hand, maybe like what's our first turn play? I think we have to mulligan. I know we have the resupply. I know we have a way to pitch, and we can pitch a Snoke if we happen to draw into but nothing else here really is good. I mean, yeah, we have to get down, but I think we need starters to start the turn. This isn't great, but I mean, we got the Child Sin. I guess we got this. No Glory is going to probably maybe come in handy because of if he gets another Chewbacca into the sky there. So I think we're going to have to put the Child Sin away just because there's not much else. Pitch this to draw legal authority. Okay. Not horrible. My punish should claim there. All right. Oh, no. Oh, they hit us with the Sabine trigger. Okay. Here, I want the legal authority because I wanted to be able to pitch up. Crap. Are we really going to have to put away the Child Sin here? I don't want to do this because I think this is the card I want to play for the turn, so we ramp. I think I value the Child Sin just for the ground coverage because he comes out one more turn. We don't have Condemn. Well, the Anakin will be nice. Claim the initiative. Child Sin's okay. I guess we'll put the Dr. Pershing away. What do I want to do here? I don't want to burn a No Glory in the results, especially because if he's got a Chewie in hand, I kind of want him to throw that down. And I guess even if he does the Chewie, we'll show him the 4, buff it up, meaning that the Sabine has to now go through this. So he's going to be able to review the cards. He has a full right to see what I have in hand. Meaning that I am able to merc these both off the board because next turn I can drop the Anakin and basically merc them both. Nothing really to do. We'll just claim. I mean, Sabine can't do anything. He'd have to ECL and he'd have to burn the ECL trigger here if he wanted to go use, say, the effect. That's a little strange. Okay. Yeah, that kills you at the end. That is hilarious. I mean, it's great that he did that for me. Give a unit -3. Give a unit -3. We'll just immediately merc those both off the battlefield. Get the space cleaned up. Nothing really worth pitching with Kylo right now. Yeah, I mean, it's a little strange you sacrifice all of that. I would have ECL'd this Poe unless he didn't have the Poe at the time to ECL out. Some interesting thing we can do. I'd rather keep this Snoke right now in hand. We're just going to merc that off the board just so I don't have to deal with 6 damage coming at my face. We're going to kill off the... let's kill off good old Mr. Jar Jar Binks. Misa dead! Oh no! Wrecker coming in. Not burning the ECL effect from the Wrecker. Okay, so just basically murking me immediately. Kylo effect. Discard draw. We will claim because there's no point in doing anything else. We'll put away the resupply because we're done playing resupply. We do have to deal with the Wrecker now, which is a problem. Let's see. Put that under that because we're going to be able to flip our Kylo this turn. We're going to be able to at least put, we'll probably put Craving Power and that would probably be it. So, okay, so using the effect there. You know what? Actually, let's just go for Power of the Dark Side. Kill the Wrecker here and healed off. There's no point in burning that. Let's burn the other. Let's kill the next Wrecker. I mean, ooh, okay. I think we could pass on this one. I think we're done. No need to do anything here because I could easily just pitch out the Supreme Leader Snoke and then get it out for free. No glory on the results. Let's get the Poe Dameron off the board. I know we're still 2 away for the Devastator, but yeah. I mean, we're controlling the board state, folks. What did we expect? Well, folks, that is Kylo LOF Data Vault We ran right into Sabine ECL, and we were able to pull it out in the end. I think, honestly, Sabine's lost some of its luster. I still think it's a lethal deck for other deck strategies, but I think when it runs up to control, especially control with a 33 health base, like Kylo, I think it's just dangerous. I mean, we didn't even really flip Kylo once. In both games, we didn't even flip him once. We had chances to flip him. I could have flipped him, but it just was more prevalence for us to just keep him resting in our area and then going off with him. And again, there's ways to deal with easy ways to deal with Sabine. You just deal with Sabine. If you can't let them get aggressive, like for instance, when they flip their turn, we already had the child, so now we were basically blocking them from being able to do us any major damage. And then basically there was nothing else they could really do about it. So we just dealt with them right then and there. But still, this is a very, very fun deck. I really enjoy what Kylo LOF does. I really enjoy him. I had played in person the red version of it with Tarkin Town and red. And then, of course, like I said, this is my first time trying Data Vault, and I enjoy it. I enjoy what this deck can do. I enjoy what this deck is made to do. It's just a control strategy, but with a very interesting different spin on control, being that that you could flip and then add a bunch of things to Kylo and make him near impossible. I think the G'Dim is just a really fun card, and I know like Kira and Chancellor Palpatine Data Vaults are Chancellor Sec Data Vaults are all running Condemned because it's just such a good card overall. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the gameplay, on the deck, on Kylo LOF. What are your guys' thoughts on Kylo LOF moving into the rotation format? Do you think he's going to be able to continue to be sustainable in that format? What are your thoughts overall on him going into that format? What are your thoughts overall on him right now in the Sec meta? So right now, while the Sec meta is very much almost done, I'm recording this on January 31st, and we only have 1 month and a week left of the Sec meta, because as a reminder, the 6th of March is officially when a lawless time drops into the format. So we have an entirety of February and 1 single week of March before we are in a whole new format. 3 sets rotate out, leaving us with 4 sets. And we have a whole new format to deal with in the aspect of Eternal, where everything will be legal. We'll have to figure out how Eternal comes to be with all of that. Like, when exactly will Fantasy Flight give us a ban list in Eternal and all of that. And it sounds like Eternal is going to be also with, so you're going to have Premier Trilogy and Eternal Trilogy, which I think is really cool. So then you can kind of choose which version of Trilogy do you want to play. I think a lot more people will play probably Eternal Trilogy more than Premier Trilogy, but it'll be interesting nonetheless. But yeah, let me know all that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you're notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you next time on Mom Dragons TCG.